Hello everyone, Rankin Rover reporter here again at Hartwig Incorporated. This time it's Joe Million, another Rankin alumni. So Joe, talk to us a little bit about how you ended up at Rankin and what your path was since then.
So I wound up at Rankin. It was recommended by my high school shop teacher, and I decided that would be a good path for me. So I found a way to join the Missouri Air National Guard. At the time, they were at Lambert, and joined them to help pay for Rankin. Went through Rankin there, or after I graduated my training there, I stepped back and went to Rankin and completed my program at Rankin.
Great. And then, so since then, what's your path here to get to where you're at now at Hartwig?
So after completing Rankin and getting to Hartwig, I spent my first few years after Rankin fumbling around from tool shop to tool shop, trying to kind of find my place a little bit. It was a little bit of a rough patch in the industry the years after I graduated. Eventually, I found myself at a tool shop right up the street from our office here, and I worked there for about 10 years before coming to Hartwig.
All right. And so how do you feel like your Rankin education benefited you in your career?
Biggest benefits to Rankin education for me would have been the networking that it opened up for me, and the CNC side of the industry. So the high school I went to had a very good machine shop program, but the teacher that I had was retiring the year that I was graduating high school, which meant that he was a little old for CNC technology. So he didn't know anything about that to relay to us. So whenever I got to Rankin, that was kind of the benefit for me. I already knew how to use an end mill. I just didn't know how to use G-code to use an end mill.
Right. Great. So how do you like working at Hartwig?
I love working at Hartwig. This has been a little bit of a dream job for me. So working out in the industry, I became familiar with Hartwig and Hartwig's employees. A little more our service department than our applications department was what I became familiar with, because whenever I would break something, Hartwig would be the people we called that came along and fix it. And then eventually I got used to our reputation of, showing up to service equipment and the things that we do. And I kind of tried to find what type of job I would be good at inside of that kind of organization. And it turns out they already had a job for that. They called it an applications engineer. And that's kind of what I was doing already at the shop that I was at. I was doing a lot of the applications type work. So I was taking the programs that other people couldn't figure out how to write, and I was writing those programs. Or I was seeing an opportunity that something could be reduced to a macro, and I was reducing it to a macro. Or I was the one that actually stopped and read the manual to figure out how to do something.
So if you are a machinist, you could be a machinist. If you go through school to become a machinist, you could be a machinist the rest of your life, but there's lots of other things you can do with that kind of experience, which was what you and Ricky both kind of demonstrate.
I would recommend to anybody who thinks that they want to get into engineering that they should be a machinist first. There's no point in learning how to design stuff and then becoming a design engineer, because design's the easy part of the job. The manufacturing is the hard part.
Interesting.
And the machinist track is a 2-year program. So in 2 years, we have this misconception that we're going to teach you how to make things, and in 4 years, we're going to teach you how to design things. When in reality, the education needs to go the other way around. We should almost be spending 4 years teaching how to be a machinist and 2 years teaching how to design stuff, because the design's the easy part.
Right. Interesting. Well, Joe, thanks a lot for your time and best of luck to you.
Thank you.